All right, starting right off, I am sorry if you can hear any knocking or whatever. There's construction going on outside. All right, but besides that, welcome back to Melon Mondays, going over Missouri politics. So, this week is going to focus on the 11 Democratic primary candidates. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail on them because there is 11 of them, but I do want to make sure that you are aware of at least who they are and where you can get information about them. Because as of now, I don't think there's going to be any debate. I've heard of 2 instances where candidates have refused to participate or just ignored it. So, I'm going to go over their websites in brief detail, and then that'll be it. And then next week, I'll try to do the same thing for the Republican candidates. And I am basing off the order on the last available poll that I could find, which was May 17th. So 2 months old. So not a great source. But yeah, number 6 right here. So 500 likely Democratic primary voters, and 63% were unsure who they would vote for. And so the leading candidate was only at 10%. Now, I think that has changed, it seems like, from the activity on social media. More people are aware of who some of these candidates are. 2 of them have TV ads out now. And so I think if this poll was done again, it would be smaller than 63%. But besides that, I think this poll is pretty accurate as to what candidates are, I guess, leading. The 2 highest in this poll are the only 2 with TV ads. Now, that doesn't mean they're the 2 best candidates. One of them is, I believe, self-funding their campaign. So, they're rich enough to afford TV ads. But anyway, sorry. I'm going to go ahead and get into it. So, at 10% of the vote, we have Lucas Kunce. I'm on his issues page on his website. And, these are what he's running on. You may have seen in his ads or online. And you can pause it at any time to read through these. Or go to his website, which is up here. All right, next at 8%, we have Trudy Bush Valentine, who is the other candidate. Like I said, 8% of this poll. She has at least 1 TV ad right now, maybe 2. And then this is also her issue page. And you can click on these to go to each topic. This is her website up here. All right, and then there's a big drop-off, at least in terms of the range of points, because they go from 1% to 10%. So, between the first 2, there's a 2-point difference, and then after that, it jumps to a 3-point difference. Or I'm sorry, a 5-point difference. To the next 2 candidates who are at 3%. First one is, Carla Coffee Wright. And this is her website up here. And here's her core values. There's similar issues to the first two candidates, some stuff that the first two did not mention. Again, you can check out the website yourself to read through in detail before you make your decision on August 2nd. And just to make sure, yep, she's at 3%. And then our next person is also at 3%. Spencer Totter. Here's his platform page, I believe I'm on. Yep. Here's his website that you can use to get to. Similar issues as the first few candidates. I know I'm scrolling through pretty quickly, but as I said, you can pause it or go to the website yourself. I think getting closer to the primary, I will maybe do another video on maybe the top 3 or 4 candidates before the primary, if there's another poll that's out. But for this one, I wanted to show everybody that was still running as of the time that I made this. And so we have Gina Ross, who she is at 2%, according to this 2-month-old poll. So could be higher. Sadly, I was not able to get that information, or at least I couldn't find it. So, if you find a more up-to-date poll, you can leave it in the comments, and that'd be great for other viewers to see. And just helpful. But like I said, I've seen some polls cited, but I couldn't find the sources for them. So I didn't want to use them. But anyway, Gina Ross. Here is her platform, her URL or website up here. You can pause it. I'm not going to say that for each candidate. By now, you know. It has some media coverage or just videos that you can click on. All right. And next is Clarence Clay Taylor, also at 2%. Now, for him, I could not find a website, but I will say if you are looking for more information about candidates besides their website, Ballotpedia is a great source because it looks like all but Trudy Valentine filled out their survey, which I will show you the questions in just a second. But Clarence Taylor is running for the Democratic primary. And so Clarence Taylor completed Ballotpedia's Candidate Connection Survey in 2022. So here's all the questions that he answered. You can click on them to see what his answer was. And so also for other candidates, external links, you will see sometimes links to their website, social media page. So if for some reason the URL isn't working on the candidates, you can go to Ballotpedia and then click on the candidate, external link. It's just seems to be a pretty good website for candidates. And then next, I believe also at 2%, Ron William Harris. Here's his website. I believe he's also, he's on Ballotpedia, which in fact, I got the 11 candidates from Ballotpedia. So if there was a 12th or a 13th one, I just didn't see them because they weren't there. Which we can go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, just confirming. I got the 11 from Ballotpedia's list of candidates. It says scroll for more, but that was just one more. Yeah, so Ronald W. Harris. Sorry. He has a list of 10 issues. You can click on and read more. Looks like his phone number. Kansas City area. Email. All right. Next is Pat Kelly, who Pat Kelly was also at 2%. Oh, I'm sorry. That was next. Pat Kelly does not have any other pages besides this one. Sorry, I will scroll through slower. I was just double checking. But does have Facebook and Twitter links. I haven't clicked on them. But anyway, sorry. Brief biography right here. Goals and focuses of my campaign. Yep. All right, so that's his website. Next, we have Jewel Kelly, who in this poll was at 2%. All right, here's Jewel Kelly's policy page on their website with links to social media right here. Here's their website. Also find them on Ballotpedia. I will say for this candidate, they do list a lot of facts. Yeah, so as you're going through, pause it at any time for what you want to read. Also has purpose page, bio, about. But anyway, last two candidates are or did poll at 1%. Josh Shipp, who I believe is the youngest candidate. Yeah. I believe Josh Shipp is the youngest candidate. Not that that matters. Yeah, that was just interesting. I don't know what the age range for the candidates are. Again, not that age matters. I think it's good that there is a vast array of people from, I guess, different generations running, just so, there's just different choices, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so I was on his projects page because, it seemed to be the closest that he had to like a policy page, but healthcare, I don't know if there was supposed to be a link or something, but it's not going anywhere. Same with environment, education. There's a get involved page, just asking to donate, about, get in touch. Yeah. All right. And last but not least, also at 1%, is Lewis Rowland. And on Lewis Rowland's issues page, here's the website, social media, and here are issues, starting with education. Oh, I'll start that again. Sorry, that was weird. So education, labor, voting rights, policing, women's rights, prison reform, healthcare, defense. Wonder what happened to this video. It was available yesterday. taxation, foreign policy, and fear. Yeah, so policies has all these other pages you can go to on their website. Yeah, so there are the 11 Democratic candidates. Like I said, that was based off of this. I would call it outdated because I think for sure the 63% of undecided voters has gone down, definitely. Now, I don't know if the order would be the same. Not saying the numbers would be the same, but it seems like, for example, Lucas Kunce and Trudy Busch are the top two right now. I will say, other than those two, I have seen online Gina Ross and Spencer Totter growing, it seems like. I may be mixing it up. I forgot which one, but one of them just hit 10,000 followers on Twitter, which I believe Trudy Busch was around 1 or 2,000, and then Lucas Kunce was around 18 or 19,000. So, they're growing, and I would like to see a more recent poll if I could find one. Sorry, it's far away from the mic. I understand it would be a crowded stage, but I think it would be interesting for there to be an actual debate. There's been 2 instances that I've heard of where a candidate's either refused or ignored to debate another candidate. Now, the problem is, I've seen this poll cited a few times recently, so I don't think there are any recent polls compared to this one. But, when everyone is 10% or less, I don't think there's room for, somebody polling this low, I don't need to debate them because they aren't my size yet. Whenever there is, at the biggest, a 9-point difference, Now, it'd be interesting to see what polling's like now, if there are any. But until then, I think it would be great for there to be a Democratic primary debate. There was supposed to be at least one that was televised. But, as of now, I don't think there is. So, next week, I'm going to try to put out a video on the Republican nominees. If you live in Missouri, or even out of Missouri, you've probably seen more stuff about the Republican nominees, especially like Eric Greitens and Eric Schmidt. And then Trudy Busch Valentine, Vicky Hartzler, who Trump just said he would not endorse her. And those are the top 3 right now, last time I checked. But there are others. So I'll go over them next week. Thank you for sticking with it. If you've made it to the end, please subscribe, like it. Leave a comment if there was anything you think was missing or any candidate that didn't get covered. And have a great rest of your day.